It's October and we are making some boo baskets. I recorded this before I actually gave the boo baskets to the recipients, and I'm only making two this year, one for my husband and one for the bestie. Everything I got, I actually purchased on Amazon, so if you see something that you'd like here, I can provide that list for you if you'd like. For the bestie, I decided to get her one of those kind of oversized hoodie blankets, as well as a couple of books, specifically some books for us to read together, as well as a book or two from her wish list. I really enjoyed putting these together. I used an Amazon day to get everything together for them. So the first thing that I put down was the oversized hoodie. Second thing was a book from her wish list. And then these are magnetic bookmarks. They are very funny. There's even one that's kind of white chicks like, and it says hold my book or hold my page, something like that. It's very, very cute. When I gave it to her, she said that was her favorite part so far. So I was very happy to hear that. There are 4 bookmarks that are magnetic, and then I got her an extra bookmark just for the hell of it because it was very on brand for us. I didn't want to go overboard with the boo baskets, with the exception of my husband's, because his boo basket is our anniversary gift. I know I mentioned it before, but he and I got together on Halloween, and it's just a special day for us, so we try to make it special for each other every year. I have done boo baskets for him before, but this one I think is the one that I put the most into. He's very hard to shop for. He doesn't ever want anything. So I took a little bit longer to get his stuff together, but Amazon Prime Day kind of helped pull the trigger on some of the purchases for him. So we got Famine, which is the 3rd book in the series. We actually reviewed the first book as a book of the month, which was Pestilence. I think it was one of our first reviews on the channel. And she really enjoyed the series, so we got Pestilence. I think I gave her War, which was book 2, and then Famine is book 3. And I believe Death is the 4th one. If you haven't read that series, I thoroughly enjoyed the first story. And it is a post-apocalyptic story over the course of all 4 books. Very, very good if I'm just going on the first one. The yellow box there is a cup can, I think they're called. It's a glass cup with a straw, and it's got little ghost cats all over it. I also got her some thrift books because, well, I love thrift books. If you haven't found thriftbooks.com, you should. They have textbooks, they have literature, they have a lot of good finds. And we had discussed broadening our reading material into some older romance books. And this one in particular that you see here by Lisa, I can't even remember her name now. Oh, here it is. Lisa Calepsa? Calepsas, I think. I don't know how to say names. I'm sorry, guys. I read this book when I was like in high school, and it's actually a really good story. So we're going to read some of these books together. I did get a copy for her and a copy for myself because I have lost my copy of this book. And we're going to read them and then discuss them. They're usually over 300 pages, which, you know, I like. but they are old school romances, which is why they're a smaller book than, say, Famine. These are called pocketbooks, and this one is called When Strangers Marry. It is an Avon historical romance. I hope you guys join us in that discussion. We'll announce when we decide we're going to start reading them so you guys can join us. But we're going to really dive into books from the past in the smutty genre. I didn't put any treats in these baskets because I kind of did that before and I didn't want to do it again. Like, everybody has a whole bunch of Halloween candy after the fact. I don't want to add to it. So we got 2 copies of When Strangers Marry and then 2 copies of The Shearbrook Bride, which, if you like the Bridgerton series, this one is kind of along those lines. It's also Regency, if I remember correctly. Catherine Coulter is a very well known author in the genre, and I've actually read quite a few of her books. Catherine Catherine Coulter and Beatrice Small are some of my favorites, but there's other authors too that we're going to explore. So I gave her a copy of both of those, kept a copy for myself, and then another book that I was able to purchase on Thrift Books that was actually on her wish list was A Magical Midlife Crisis. I've gotten pretty far into that series. It is an extensive series. It's very cute. It's a lot of fun. I highly recommend that one. I think you guys would enjoy that one just as much as the other picks that I'm putting in the basket for her. It's always hard to arrange these when when things are rigid, I guess. Yeah. I didn't know how to put it together. I'm not that kind of design person. You give me like a Stardew Valley or something like that. I could build a pretty decent house, but make it look nice. I don't know about that. So, putting all this stuff in was finding all of these things were really good. By the way, the last bookmark I got her was it looks like a naughty paddle that says good girl on it. She got a hoot out of it. I also included some keychains that are like a yin and yang um, of a little black cat and a little white cat. She loved that as well. I know there were other things that I was supposed to put in this basket, and I totally forgot about them. So, Bestie, if you're watching this, I will get them to you soon. I just have to find them because I totally spaced after putting this all together on what was supposed to be in it. I had a nice list. I included a journal and a couple of rolls of washi tape that I had talked to her about beforehand, so she was expecting those. I just told her to wait until I gave her her basket for them. It's the journal from the Halloween set from A&O, that vampire one. It's right up her alley. I told her about it. She was like, oh my gosh. And we agreed they totally missed an opportunity to make the pages black. Which, if anybody from A&O is watching, we would like more black page journals. The husband's basket was a little different. I did not get the right size basket for it, but that honestly probably is not a big deal because he hates clutter anyways. For him, he does not read the books with us. He does totally support the channel and thinks what we do is pretty funny sometimes. He likes to sit and judge us when we're doing our discussions. But he had expressed an interest to get back into something that both of us had done in our youth, which was Magic. I had not played Magic. Well, no, I started some Magic a couple of years ago. I want to say about 10 years ago. I went and bought some cards, built a deck, and me and my friends would play every so often. But it wasn't like it used to be back in the 90s. The 90s, I was hardcore into Magic, had a huge collection. But the Magic of my youth is not the same as what is prevalent today. So he's been playing online, and we've gone to a couple of card shops, and we talked about what it would be like to get back into it. So I thought for his anniversary gift in his basket, I would gift him a couple of starter decks and some other little things. So what I included in his basket were 2 commander decks from the newly released set Duskmourn, which is very heavy in, I want to say, like, classic horror films. Classic, not as in the Universal monster universe, but more like Freddy Krueger and House on Haunted Hill and that kind of thing. They are very dark cards. They do kind of have a very 80s feel to them. But he's enjoying it, so I figured I would totally support him in his new hobby, because he totally supports me in doing this channel and the podcast, and we love a supportive partner. So I got him a couple of decks. I got him a candle that said, "You are the best thing I found on the internet." I got him what I thought was bath gel, but turned out to be 2-in-1 shampoo and conditioner, some beef sticks, and a massage oil set, because my husband's back is always in pain and I don't have hands strong enough to deal with it. I also gifted him a tumbler of his own, because my tumbler has become the community tumbler between the two of us. He's always asking where my cup is and if it's got ice and water. So I thought it would be about time to give him one of his own. As you can imagine, he kind of side-eyed it, and I told him if it makes it feel better, it's my tumbler that he can use. It is still not being used yet, but I have hope that we will use it soon enough. 2 cups are better than 1, in my opinion, especially with the 2 of us using it all the time. I wish I had gotten a bigger basket, because everything didn't fit in this one, and it did take a little finessing to get most of the pieces in to the carrier. But honestly, it shouldn't be a problem, because I gave it to him and everything came out almost immediately. So now we just have another Halloween themed tote in the house, which I don't honestly mind that too much. Our house is very Halloween. There's a card case, and yeah, that was his boo basket.